All right, guys. So my name is Mike. I'm one of the founders of Painworth, and Painworth helps people settle and manage their own personal injury case. The reason that I help people settle and manage their own personal case is because last year, January 2019, I was actually hit by a drunk driver. So that's a pretty traumatic experience, and I don't wish that on anyone. In fact, that's probably the worst way of all time to discover your startup inspiration story. Don't do what I did. I spent several months bedridden, which basically means, hard recovery. And I don't think it's going to surprise any one of the 300 of you on this call right now that at the end of that journey, I ended up with a legal case. I don't think that's surprising. I still go for paramedical treatments 3 times a week. It is a nightmare. But at the end of that journey, when I started looking for legal services, I realized and learned, unfortunately, just how broken and dysfunctional that entire industry is. It is ridiculously broken, antiquated, frustrating, all the negative connotations. So just honestly, out of out of act of self-desperation, I took myself down to the law library and I learned how to litigate my own case. Long story short, it's actually not that difficult to do to settle your own case. So I built an application just to help me do my own case. But I started talking about it, and access to justice groups reached out and started telling me that actually this is a huge problem in Canada. 13 million Canadians every 4 years completely locked out of access to justice. Many reasons for that, things like live in a rural and remote community. Maybe you just have really bad case economics. So if your case is $10,000 or less, a lawyer doesn't want to touch it, or just can't afford the upfront legal fees. Lots of reasons that people get locked out of access to justice. So on American Independence Day last year, July 4th, 2019, I put up a landing page, no app, no product, no nothing, just said, sign up if you have this problem. We went live with our beta on October 29th, 2019. On the day that we went live, we had over $5 million in total case claim sign up, which actually makes me larger by active case claim size than most law firms here in the province, because most law firms on an SME standpoint are single or dual practitioner. They're micro businesses. On November 22nd, 23 days later, one of our users told us that he used our ugly baby, super early beta MVP to settle the first case. And that's significant because on average, and we're a data science company, it takes 5 years from the date of incident to the date of settlement. And that could be through judgment or through arbitration or through direct settlement. Somebody did it in 23 days. Since then, we've been growing. So in a few short months, we've been growing 35% month over month. To date, we've helped over $10 million of total case claims. And it's been growing incredibly fast, including on the enterprise side, which I didn't expect. We've greenlit 2 insurance companies who have also told me that on their side of the equation, they have a huge problem as well. So what people don't realize is on a $100,000 settlement, the insurance company actually ends up paying about $130,000. They have a 30% overhead on that. So insurance company pays $130,000 to settle a $100,000 claim, where after legal fees and expenses, the claimant takes home about $60,000. That's less than 50% efficient. So they've started contracting us to solve that problem on their end. We've got 2 of them already signed for 12-year upfront pilots. And right now we're 50% subscribed for F&F round. We expect that that's going to be fully subscribed, and we're currently just building relationships for our upcoming $1 million institutional round.
20 seconds.
So yeah, if anyone's interested, please reach out. Love to build relationships and continue getting the word out there. Interested in promoting ourselves, obviously, and building more relationships with enterprise users. So get at me.